So now for something contemporary, and so contemporary, in fact, it was just finished today. Jackson will read a poem set in, can you believe it, Newtown Library. Just finished today, I say.
Kia ora everyone, thanks for coming. It's a real pleasure to be here. I work here. It's cool to be back on a Friday night where I used to work the evening shift with Will. So this is a poem that I guess I probably had the idea for back a few years ago when I was working here, and I never really had a reason to finish it until Mary told me, oh, we're doing this event about people who write about Newtown. Do you have anything? I was like, well, kind of. And so I just finished writing this today. It's about walking from my house in Aro Valley to Newtown Library. I didn't come up with a title yet, so it's just called Walking to Newtown Library. First alarm rings at 6:30 a.m. Turn it off. Second alarm rings at 7 a.m. Turn it off. Third alarm rings at 7:30 a.m. Turn it off. Fourth alarm rings at 8 a.m. Turn it off. Wake up at 8:46 a.m. Late. Which library am I at today? Newtown. 40-minute walk. 30 minutes if I catch the bus, as long as the bus schedule is exactly synced with my own. Jump out of bed. Put on clothes from yesterday. Run downstairs and feed the cats. Put a bagel in the toaster for Caro. Turmeric and black sesame with Philadelphia cream cheese. Run upstairs and grab my bag. Leave the house. No time to eat. No time to brush teeth. Pop into the dairy to buy breakfast on my way. Bag of popcorn. Bottle of Coke. Walk down Arrow Street, leaving a trail of stray popcorn kernels winding behind me like Hansel and Gretel on their way to the movies. My grandma told me she has a friend in Wellington who always sees me eating junk food. I told her I had no idea what she was talking about. I'm already sweating. The back of my t-shirt wet under the weight of my backpack. Take a sip of Coke. Make it to the bus stop on Taranaki. Bus isn't due for 12 minutes. Keep walking. Might catch it at a further stop along. Walk past my parents' house. This is the route my mum used to walk me to daycare. Don't remember sweating this much back then. Hair damp. Sweat dripping down my face, t-shirt soaked, back of my pants wet, whole body dripping. Stop at a traffic light. A man standing with his girlfriend looks at me and laughs. Scowl at him. Take a sip of Coke. Ball up the popcorn bag and dump it in the next rubbish bin, even though there's still a few handfuls in there. Turn down Howard Street to connect with Tasman. Unsure if this saves time or just feels like it saves time. It's more than sweat now. My entire body is melting, liquid skin running off my scalp and down the back of my neck. Clothes already too full of sweat to hold the fluid, so it pools in my shoes until they overflow. I'm on Ridderford now, the home stretch. My body naked of skin, internal organs only held in by a sodden t-shirt. They begin to sluice off, sliding between bones out the bottom of my shirt. Pass by the school. Most of the kids are already in their classrooms. A few stragglers walk past. I recognize them from the library. Hi Jackson, they chime, proud to see someone they know. I don't respond. My tongue fell out of my mouth a few meters back, lying in the gutter like a dried out slug. The last few droplets of flesh fall away as I turn the corner onto Constable. Past the playground, public toilets. Arrive at the library a perfect skeleton. Bones dry as dry ice. Not a drop of flesh remaining. Wayne looks up at me as I walk in and taps his watch. 13 minutes late. Thanks.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. That's wonderful. Great start to your day, obviously.
Not really.
No, not really at all. It sounds terrible. So now, the poems in I Am a Human Being, you know, they could be set anywhere, right? And the people in there, the animals, everything. It feels almost archetypal, everything in there rises above itself, its individual self in a way. So have you changed your approach now?
Maybe. I think that a lot of writers starting out try to like kind of strip away things like place and like things that'll date a piece because it'll like people who don't live there won't get it, or it won't like stand the test of time or something, which is wrong. But I think that's probably part of what happened in my book. Like there is one poem in there which did take place in Newtown when I was a child at a friend's house. I'll leave it up to you to guess which one.
Oh, that's interesting in itself.
But yeah, I think moving forward, I would hope to write more specifically about place. Yeah.
Well, especially as you're here a lot now, you know, living there, or working there rather. You live in Ara Valley, don't you? But you're working there. You're going to be spending hours in this place, and I would have thought maybe it could lead to some more inspiration.
I'm sure it will.
That'll be very interesting to see. So we might be back another time hearing more from you. So, I guess when you sat down to do that, that's in the past you're writing about. Did it just where did the inspiration come from?
I mean, it came from walking to work, being late and quite sweaty. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I get a lot of my ideas while walking, I think, and I had a very nice walk when I used to work here. Not so nice now that I work at the library on Manners Street, I must say.
Interesting. So on your collection, it feels so whole to me, like everything, like you sat down and decided to write a whole lot of poems about being a human being. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. I wrote the first of the poems that's included in the collection probably about 10 years ago now. And it was I Am a Robot. And I thought, wow, this is probably the best poem I've written so far, and I'll just copy this form a bunch of times and hopefully turn it into a book, which eventually I succeeded in doing, but it took a bit longer than I expected.
Nice. That's fun. Thank you. Interesting what you say about writers being worried about locking their work in to a particular time. There's Robin Hyde. I mean, there's obviously stuff that was of another time, but there are things that still resonate now about Newtown, and that was kind of the fun hearing it.
It's always the specific things in writing that resonate with people anyway, so you're really shooting yourself in the foot by stripping them out.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Jackson.